Okay. So it's 5 o'clock. Welcome to the council chambers. I will go ahead and call the meeting to order. And let's have Councilmember Coachmar, would you like to start us off in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please join me with a pledge. I pledge allegiance to our country, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to be doing our advisory body interviews. So that means the Lodging Tax and Advisory Committee, and the Steel Lake Management District Advisory Committee, and the Diversity Commission interviews. And so we will go ahead and start with the Lodging Advisory and Tax Committee. So if we can have our Carmelo Lopez. Is he in the building, in the house? Wonderful.
Council President, for the
Please.
record, we
Yes.
do have Councilmember Asafa Dawson on
Oh,
Zoom.
thank you. Oh, thank you. Councilmember Asafa Dawson, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, there you are. Okay, Carmelo, if you just want to introduce yourself and just share anything you'd like to share, and then my colleagues will jump in and ask questions as well. So,
Sure.
Thank you.
My name is Carmelo Lopez. I am with the Hampton Inn and Suites here in Federal Way, the general manager there. I'm also a member of LTAC for the city of Federal Way. I've been in other committees with in the state with TPA, LTAC in the city of Sumner, TPA for Pierce County, Tacoma. So I have quite a lot of experience working with the community and getting involved. And excited to be a part of City of Federal Way now.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, any of my colleagues have questions?
I do.
Councilmember Sessions?
How do you feel about FIFA coming to our region and a presence in the city of Federal Way?
Pretty excited about it. I mean, it's going to be a new event for this area. I think the last time we had anything, I mean, not even close to it, but it was Chambers Bay a few years ago. Besides that, in '98, I was in Georgia for the Olympics, so I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to that. And that was really great for the city of Atlanta, so I'm hoping for the same success here.
Councilmember Coachmar?
So I'm wondering, Lydia, since this is your committee, is there anything you want to ask?
No, I don't have a question, but I actually raised my hand just to say welcome, and I look forward to working with you. And LTAC is a really great place to serve on, and from what I've heard and what I've seen, I'm excited for you to share your expertise, and you bring a wealth of knowledge, and so I'm just looking forward to working with you. So thank you for joining.
All right.
I have
Okay.
my,
All right, so go ahead, Councilmember Honda, and then Coachmar.
oh, are you done? Are you sure?
Did you not have a question?
Okay. So, are we getting any persons interested in staying here for FIFA, here in Federal Way? Have you seen that?
Yes, we're already getting group blocks for mainly vendors right now for the start of it. At least 2 weeks prior, we're getting a lot of vendors. And then we are getting people that are booking. Right now, our booking windows are between 7 and 14 days before the event. We're seeing a lot of pickup. But there's also, we have restrictions in place too. So if you book during that time frame, it's very hard to cancel at the moment. So we're keeping them to those dates.
Awesome, but,
We're also seeing a lot of people that are going to the games in Canada that are also staying here and just taking Amtrak and staying here and then just coming back.
oh, interesting. Are you offering anything special to entice people to stay here in Federal Way, or it's just closest to and most?
We have rate packages that include, things, but we work very well with Wild Wave, so if they're coming with children or minors, just something for them to do. We also are advertising that we're close to the light rail. That's brand new for Federal Way, and people really like that they can just park their car and jump on the light rail and go to Seattle.
Awesome. Well, thank you, and thanks for being here. Appreciate
course.
it.
Wonderful. Okay.
That's really what I was going to ask, was how light rail was affecting your business.
And we're getting a lot of more pickup. We're also, something that we're getting that's brand new is crew rooms. So people that are airlines, like flight attendants, normally they would stay in SeaTac, but now with the light rail open, they're actually staying further south, and they actually don't mind coming down this way.
You know, one thing you might do to help your business would be to offer overnight parking for people who want to go to the airport, because they can't park in the garage for more than 24 hours. And I don't know if that would be interesting or something you could do or not, but
So unfortunately, in our area, because we share a parking lot with the Marriott Courtyard, that'd be hard to do because parking's already limited enough as it is. And where we're located, we're part of the Gateway Center. So, we pay for that easement to even have the right to even park there.
thank you.
Okay. All right. We're going, Carmel, thank you so much for applying. I appreciate your time with the interview.
Of
Thank
course,
you.
thank you.
All right, so we're going to go with Chris Jordan, who is from the King County Aquatic Center, who's applied for the Lodging Advisory Tax Committee.
Good evening, council. Thanks for having me. So I've been with King County Parks for 3 years, now over with Aquatic Center probably over a year. It's one of the facilities I oversee, also oversee all the athletic fields and the venues around King County, also kind of like around Marymore and different things like that. Been a part of LTAC probably since March of last year. Took over for Mike Dinwiddie and kind of bring all the programs and stuff here, and looking forward to further working with LTAC in the future now. So.
Great. All right, I see Councilmember Honda,
you.
and then Councilmember Sessions.
Hi, welcome. I loved working with Mike. He was an amazing person, and I'm sure you are too. What is the most exciting thing coming to the pool this year?
This year, we have a lot of local and regional events. I think the biggest thing that we're excited about is we have the Remote Control Vehicle, ROV International event coming in 2027 here. So it's end of June, and it's a 5-day event that will track over probably 60 countries that will come
Wow.
over here. So we're really excited about that. Don't have any large events this year because we did a lot with the NCAA National Swimming and Diving, and then Big 12 Conference, and then also the USA Masters Swimming happened in August. So we're taking kind of not a break, but we still have a lot of elite swimming happening this year.
Is it possible to advertise to those who live around here the events happening so they can go and watch? I mean, having a pool of this caliber in our community is so amazing and awesome, and it would be just really cool for us to know what's going on so that we can watch really high-level athletes perform and the other things that happen there.
Yeah, so one of our main work plans is the communication, especially in the Fedgeway community, because not just with our events, we also know we get a lot of traffic and parking. So I think more communicating that to the people to come, but also just be aware of the large events that are happening at our facility. So that also starts communication with your parks departments and your staff, just getting them a schedule, and also the hotel. So we're moving forward with a plan on that to get more communication out to the community.
Awesome, thanks.
Great.
Thanks for being here tonight.
Thank you. Councilmember Sessions?
Mr. Jordan, thank you very much for your appearance today. I see that you're with King County Aquatic Center. I grew up as a swimmer, a competitive swimmer. I love the sport. You mentioned earlier, just a few minutes ago, about the NCAA, the Big 12, and the Masters. Can you talk a little bit more about the frequency of those events, how often we can expect to have them here? It's a great, the events that you just mentioned are great events for that particular venue.
Yeah, so for those larger ones, for the NCAA, you have to bid for those. Typically, you have to go out 3 or 4 years prior. Right now, they're booked up through 2028, but we have been talking with Fedgeway, but also Seattle Sports Commission to look at bidding for, hopefully we can get a bid for 2030 or 2031, one of those years to bring it back again. The conference championships typically happen yearly. It's been kind of a weird thing because the Pac-12 kind of dissolved it, but they're coming back now. So we did bring Big 12 Conference last year as a one-time fill-in gap. We don't have a conference championship at the moment, but typically we want to do those yearly. And then the other events, we just try to maneuver and have at least 1 or 2 large events throughout the year. So it's depending on what we're looking for, we have to bid for it. typically with USA Swimming or diving, or we're looking more also to water polo. So there's a variety of things that we're trying to do in the facility. But different organizations have different bid packages that you have to work together, and we usually work with LTAC on that to give us the best opportunity to get those.
Thank you so much. Councilor Safa-Dawson, do you have any questions?
No questions. I've already met and worked with you a little bit, so thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to further partnership and connecting and working with you closely. So, thank you.
Great. All right, well, Chris, thank you so much for all the work that you do at the King County Aquatic Center and for taking interest in being on this committee. So,
Thank you.
thank you. All right, we are staying on schedule, which is fantastic. So next, we're going to move on to the Steel Lake Management District Advisory Committee. And first up is Mr. Bruce Myers. All right.
Good evening, City Council. My name is Bruce Myers. I've been a resident of Steel Lake for 24 years, and the last 2 years I have been on the advisory committee, and this has been a wonderful learning experience for me. One of the things I learned about being on the advisory committee is that you need to do more than just show up. You need to show up prepared and be engaged and work towards our group success. Some of the things I worked on personally over that time is going out into the park and mapping and photographing the signage around the lake so that we could have a better informed discussion at committee meetings about, is this appropriate signage for what we're trying to accomplish? I've also worked on keeping regular counts of the geese on and around the lake to have better discussions at the meetings to understand, are these resident geese or are they migrant geese? And it would help us in working with the city staff and understanding how we should manage that situation. Most recently, I've helped to develop and implement a resident survey to better understand the needs of the residents on the lake. And that was done over the holidays recently, and it's something that we're going to discuss at our meeting this evening. So I think I've been fairly engaged in the committee and contributing and working closely with the staff, primarily Kristen Armitage and Kevin Dew have been those that we've worked with for the most part. And I'd like to continue for another term. I hope I have your support for that. Any
All
questions?
right. Thank you so much, Bruce. Any questions from my colleagues? Councilor Hondo.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. How can you tell if a goose is a resident or a migrant?
I don't know that we could tell if an individual goose was, but one of the things that we do is we try to just count on a regular basis how many are there at the park and at the park end, and then just see if that is consistent over time and how that changes throughout the year. And then work with the USDA. The city has a contract with the USDA around waterfowl management and rely on those counts and trying to figure out best we can. Is this a growing problem, or is it stable, or is it getting better?
And how do you manage them if you have too many?
Yeah, we work with the city staff and the USDA for understanding the best methods. In the past, they've done roundups, and more recently, they may go out and get counts of nests and, if necessary, do egg addling to make sure that they don't birth new geese.
That would be the preferable way, in my
The
opinion.
preferable way, yes, for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Sessoms.
First of all, thank you very much for your service to Steel Lake. It's a great park and great place to bring your family too. You mentioned a survey. I love surveys. How big was it? What was the response rate? And name one or two things that you learned from the survey.
So I haven't gotten the results yet. We're going to be discussing that at our meeting tonight. We limited the survey to just the residents on the lake. And my understanding is we didn't get the type of response we would like to get. We certainly would like to have everybody participating, but since you have an interest in it, you know that getting response rates is a very difficult thing. So we'll be discussing that tonight. We can certainly bring that information back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Coachmar?
Thank you very much. May I call you Bruce?
Sure.
Is there somebody who's the chair of the committee, or is it just all members?
Well, we have a chair would be Jeremy, sitting back there.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry, I have a frog in my throat tonight for some reason. Have you had any problems with the inflow and outflow? Sometimes we have that where it gets plugged up.
I'm not aware that we've had plugged up inflows or outflows this past year. I know that we've had them in the past. We've had problems with the lake level, but I believe it's been pretty stable.
Okay.
We'll be discussing that tonight, outflow management, inflow management, which we've been monitoring recently.
Yeah, and then how about the growth of I think they're called weeds of some sort. They seem to grow around where the people swim.
Yeah, it's been a growing problem, I think late summer in particular.
Yeah.
We've all observed it. It's probably been the number one complaint that we've all heard this year. We've been very fortunate that we didn't have any kind of significant algae bloom this year. And I think that was the results of some of the actions that we took in the previous year. But that is going to be an ongoing problem, and with warmer weather as the years have gone on, it's a greater problem.
Yeah, it's a worry the kids get tangled up, and we've had some deaths in the past. Yeah. Well, thank you for your hard work.
Thank you.
Councilor Salvadorson, do you have any questions? I don't see you, so that's why I'm reaching out.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and thanks for serving.
Thank you.
All right. Bruce, thank you so much for applying. I appreciate it. Gary, is Gary in the house? All right. Welcome. Please come on into the podium, and we want to hear from you. And the next up will be Jeremy on deck. So Gary, if you want to share a few words about yourself, why you're applying, then my colleagues will have about 5 minutes to ask you questions.
Yes, excuse me. I am Gary Smith. I've lived here now about 20 years. I live on Steel Lake. If you notice a little raspiness, I have an artificial jaw from military and otherwise. And so it doesn't equate anywhere else in my mind or my soul. I was born in Seattle, up in uptown Seattle, up in the Broadway area. Poor people. Got my education in Europe after I got out of the Army. The Army was partially responsible for that. I ran groups of people. I ran 250 at a time. GIs coming in when I worked in the office when they took me off the field. You'd be surprised how quickly you learn about a man's temperament when he's been through a lot, or a woman's, and I didn't mean to exclude. So why am I doing this? Well, because A long time ago, I wrote a letter, not knowing whom I was writing it to, but it ended up with the city council, and I was concerned with what I had ascertained at the time was, when I looked at the lake one morning, it looked like it was dying. I'm sure that the mayor would remember that. Because it was so ugly, it looked like a sewer pit. I didn't know why, and I have a copy of the letter here if any of you would like to see it. It's not blaming anybody for it. I don't go there. That's not around. But we do need to deal with things when they come up, and we're apprehensive. If any of you have been to foreign lands, as I have, you see these same kind of visual streaking, wide streaking with the tides of the time, of the hour. And it reminisced me to think at the moment, this poor little, as you know, when you're in Asia, the waterways are complicated and narrow. I've been through everything that you can put it through and it still works. How, I don't know. So I think that experience makes up for, in my case, age. Yes, I am older. If you want to know how old, let me tell you. I'll be 90 next year. And I have all my faculties, not quite as strong as they were in the past, but I'm passionate about our nation's birds and animals. They have to drink out of something like that. What are we thinking when we're doing that? And that's what I basically wrote my letter on.
Great.
And again, this is 20 years ago, guys and gals. So I am not here to complain about anything. Not quite. I want to, first of all, learn. I want to learn from people who know what they're doing. I've met one of your younger guys who works there, and I was impressed by how the mission sharing is so complete and it works. I think that was really the most impressive part. I learned a lot just from that little experience. I live on the lake. If you would read the letter, it does explain that to you. So,
Thank you, Gary.
yes.
Thank you. To my colleagues, anybody have questions for Mr. Gary? Councilor Coachmar?
Hi, Gary. Thank you
Hi.
very much for your service. Were you Korean War?
I don't talk about it.
No, okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wait,
I'm
thank
sorry,
you.
I didn't mean to be rude.
No, you're fine. I had a twin brother, I had a brother in Korea, I had a twin brother in Vietnam, and a husband in Vietnam, so literally, I hear you.
It wasn't Korea.
Yeah, I figured. Well, thank you, and I know how difficult it is. They didn't want to talk about anything.
Well, sometimes when you jump out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and scare your partner
I know.
to death.
It's okay. We're
Because
okay.
something comes,
Yeah,
through
Yeah.
the cerebellum here.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
But
Thank you very, very much.
no,
So,
my
I'm-
pleasure.
I am happy to hear that you're well, vertical, living on the lake, living your best life, what could be better, and trying to make it better. And so thank you. Thank you for doing that.
My pleasure. I was able to play softball until I was 80, and then I stepped out with guys that were all really organized, not 10 guys that show up. But I did that for 30, 40 years and was an all-star several times.
Good for you.
I loved the experience and was sad to move over and let somebody else come in.
Thank you.
Okay, well,
Yes.
thank you so much, Gary and Councilor Coachmar, and Councilor Honda, and we are limited on time, but please.
Thank you. Mr. Smith, I just reviewed your letter again, and it was about apartments being built on the lake.
Was about a what, please? I'm sorry.
It was about apartments being built on the lake? Was that your letter?
No, I don't think so.
And the wildlife being impacted?
No, I was more concerned with the water.
Oh, okay.
So it was,
Maybe you wrote more than one letter to us.
maybe.
All right, well, thank you, and thank you for applying.
Just certainly, I hope that you'll see in my favor. I have a lot to offer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
My pleasure.
All right, next up is Jeremy, and after that, Mr. Stark, Kenneth Stark.
Good afternoon and happy Tuesday.
There you go.
I am Jeremy Benson. I'm the sitting chair of the Steel Lake LMD. This will be my third appointment, I believe, to the LMD. When my wife and I first moved to the lake 8 years ago, my grandfather told me that if we were going to be on the lake and part of the community, we needed to be helping to benefit the community. And being a third generation on the lake and just trying to give back to the community that's given my family so much. So, and that's all I've got. I'm going to keep it brief.
Thank
so
you.
Whatever questions you have.
Thank you so much, Jeremy, I appreciate it, and thank you for your service as well. Tim, looking for blue lights. I see none. Councilor Safadosin, just checking in on you.
No questions, thank you.
Nope, okay. All right, well, Jeremy, you stumped us. We have no questions for you.
Record time. Thank you
There
very
you go.
much.
Thank you for your time. Mr. Kenneth Stark, you're up, and after that, Margaret.
Council, I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here today. My name is Ken Stark. I live on Steel Lake. Have lived there since 2019. Prior to that, lived in Marine Hills. Have been spent about 9 years on the Human Services Commission. I ended that last January. I am retired, and the reason I want to be on the Steel Lake Advisory Council is because, one, I've got time, I'm retired. Two, I live on the lake, and I have an absolute commitment and concern that the lake is safe and healthy so that I and the other people living on the lake and the people at the park and my grandkids can have a safe place to swim. With that, questions?
Awesome, Kenneth, thank you so much for your service at the Human Services Commission as well, and for your desire to serve in this committee.
Thank you.
To my colleagues, any questions? I see Councilmember Hamilton, go for it.
Hi, Ken. You have in your application that you've been attending the Steel Lake Management District meetings for the last 18 months, just as an observer. What have you found the most interesting of the conversations that has been on the committee?
Probably the most interesting thing that I discovered, initially, my first thought when I attended the first couple of meetings was, oh, gee, this is a lot less formal than the Human Services Commission. And then I kind of thought about it and thought, but you know, by being less formal like that, you get a lot more engagement going on, a lot of discussion. And I think what I've learned about the folks there is that they all are committed, and they all are wanting to make sure that the lake is a safe and healthy place for everybody.
All right, Councilor Sessions?
Thank you very much for being here. If you were appointed to the board or the commission, what would you do? What would be the first thing you would do if you were on this board?
I'd make sure everybody knew I could now vote. Probably, what's interesting is that I'm not sure that once I'm a member, I'm going to be much different in the way I interact in that group than I have as a non-voting member. That group has been very open and very willing to have someone like me, who was not on the advisory committee, be able to give input and talk and share and listen. And I will continue to make sure that I engage and vote when we have a vote. Usually it's consensus.
Good. Councilor Safadosin, you're good?
I'm good. I just wanted to say thank you for finding other ways to continue serving on, serving your community. So I appreciate what you've done on the Human Services Commission, and I appreciate that you continue to serve. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kenneth. All right, next up, Ms. Margaret.
Hi, City Council members. I'm Margaret Rayner, and I have talked before you many times over the years. I've been an advocate for the lake for over 52 years, and I've been on the Lake Management District since its inception over 20 years ago. I think we're starting our we're on our third year of our next 10 years, so 22 years, but I've been involved a lot longer than that. And I just really feel it's important to protect the lake for the community, for the residents, and I'd like to be on the board again. So do you have any questions for me?
All right. Thank you so much, Margaret. Any questions from my colleagues? Councilmember Honda.
What else should we buy?
The property on the other side, Redondo Creek, the rest of it is for sale, and it's coming down. I've been watching it on Redfin. It was 800,000, and I think it's down to 725,000 now. And I think that it would really behoove the city to take a look at that property because it's the rest of Redondo Creek. And I know that on the other side of Pacific Highway, you have been restoring the creeks for the salmon to run. And I would hate to see a business, not all of it is going to be able to be developed, just the frontage along Pac Highway, basically. And I would hate to see that developed. I just keep hoping that nobody will buy it. And I haven't written a letter to you yet, but if you'd like me to write a letter, I will start letter writing and contact you about it.
Well, you have been successful before.
I will send a letter. Thank you very much, City Council members. Any other questions for me?
Yes, Councilmember Coachmar.
Well, she said the very same thing I was. For those of you who don't know, thank you to Margaret, because we did buy a parcel on the lake for a park.
It's the most wonderful piece of property. I would recommend that all of you go. I don't think we're supposed to walk in there, but I've walked in there 2 times now. I had never walked in there in all of the time that I've lived on the lake. But there is a little lagoon there, pond, whatever, and when the water's high enough, you can go through this little narrow with your rowboat or kayak, and it's just beautiful in there. And I can't thank the city enough for buying that property. It's something that will be there for years for our community to enjoy.
And every time I drive by there, I think of Margaret.
Well, have you walked in there yet? The city is doing the best job of cleaning that up, and it's really a cool piece of property.
Great, I'll have to
Well,
check it out.
thank you.
Councilmember Sessoms?
I gotta say, I love your energy, Margaret. Thank you so much for being here. You remind me of Katharine Hepburn on Golden Pond. I don't know if you have ever seen that movie.
No.
Henry Fonda, Katharine Hepburn, you gotta go see it.
Oh, well, thank you. I have to tell you, I'm only 10 years behind Gary, so.
I see. So as far as experience, you obviously have been around for a long time. What would you say are the emergent threats happening to Still Lake?
The emergent what?
Threats,
Oh, threats. I don't think we have any really emergent threats now. I think the LMD has been doing an absolutely fantastic job. The algae bloom was quite bad, and the committee took it on and got rid of had it treated with whatever, I can't right now think of what it's called. Jeremy would know. But anyway, the weeds are always an issue. We deal with the non-native weeds. Well, right now we're dealing with some native weeds, and we can't do anything drastic about them.
All right, Councilmember Salvadorson, just want to make sure we're checking in on you here.
Thank you, Martin, and thank you for your service. And it's always a pleasure seeing you at council meetings, and you're a pleasure and you're a treasure to our community. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and I can't say enough thanks to the city council. And I'm so glad that one of our former LMD members is now on the city council, so that's really nice.
There you go. Awesome. Well, Margaret, thank you so much, and I will echo the words of your personality is amazing, and positivity is amazing, and we sure could use that. So thank you.
Thank you very much. You guys have made my day.
Oh, I need a tissue box now. All right, Margaret, thank you so much. All right, Shay, you have a tough act there to follow. There you go. All right, Shay, if you could tell us about who in the world you are, and thank you for applying, and then I'll give roughly 5 minutes to my colleagues to ask you questions. Thank you.
Good evening, council members. Thanks for having me here. I'm Shay Eakes. I'm a longtime resident of Federal Way, close to 40 years now. I grew up on Steel Lake. I'm back at that same house, raising my own family now on Steel Lake. Whatever Federal Way city colors would be, that's what my heart bleeds. And the energy I put into every day is really around making this city the best in the region, the state, country, dare I say, world. I currently work in Federal Way Public Schools. I've been a teacher there for 7 years, and then I pivoted to the central office, and I work as the Director of Instructional Technology and Innovation for the school district. I also am a member of the Federal Way Lions Club. So when I talk about being a steward for Federal Way and putting in a passion and a motivation of mine to the city, I live it every day through those acts. It's been really incredible actually hearing the other interviewees talk about some of the work that the board does for Steel Lake. I think about some of the work that I do in my current role in Federal Way Public Schools around ensuring our stakeholders have responsiveness to those who sit in the chairs that allow for that type of responsiveness. I'm thinking about curriculum that I've helped design for our fifth graders this year in Federal Way, all around stormwater runoff, connected to the stewardship of our waterways, including salmon. So it was great to hear around the creeks and those different items. Within my role as well, I'm constantly communicating out and working with the community. So I think that I can bring some really fresh, creative takes on how we can approach, whether that be giving proposals to the council for outreach with creative designed newsletters or ways of connecting further with the community. I remember hearing a previous interviewee talking about getting results for feedback surveys that we send out, just like you all in your roles in Federal Way Public Schools. It's a similar feel, so I have strategies that I can bring, so a number of skills that I can bring to it. But when we think about Steel Lake, which is a gem of our community, it has been since I was a kid. I remember it was the park to go to, the lake to go to, thinking about the flora, the fauna, thinking about the water safeness, thinking about how we're managing budgets, and also our outreach to the community. All of those different pieces are skills that I've grown in over the years, and I hope to be able to bring those to this committee.
Shay, thank you so much. Councilmember Honda?
Thank you. So from the time that you were a young boy growing up on the lake until now, what do you see as different at the lake or even different in the city that either you like or you don't like, you'd change if you could?
Yeah, I think, and this is coming from an ignorant perspective of being a child, right? So I didn't know all the inner workings, but I do remember going to meetings as a child with my family for like the Steel Lake owner residents. And I would say some of the big shifts that I've seen is more data-based or fact-based findings to create whatever responses we have to invasive species of plants, to the millweed, to the algae that was talked upon before. I've also seen a change in the control of geese in the area. I would say that when I was a kid, you couldn't walk in our backyard without stepping on goose remnants of waste, and now it's a lot different. So I think in great ways, this committee work has helped us create a more strategy-driven and data or fact-based decision-making model around how to maintain the lake. I also was really excited to hear about that purchase of the lot. when you were talking about going between the two like cement barriers, I remember my brother and I doing that when we were kids in canoes, and it looked a lot different back then. I'm sure what it looks like now. So. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we got some work to do then still.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, to my colleagues, no blue lights? Oh, I see a blue light. Councilor Sessions?
Can you please clarify your tenure? Are you new or?
Yeah, so I have not served on this board. I saw this opportunity come in the mail this year, and I'm somewhat new to the Lions of Federal Way. I've been in Federal Way Public Schools for over a decade now, but I saw this as recently in the last 2 years, I've moved back to the home I grew up in. It was an inherited home. Now my family is further laying roots in that home on Steel Lake. So it kind of spoke to me just in, I already want to have almost all of my energy, if not all of it, be dedicated to making Federal Way a great place. So a long-winded answer to your question, but this would be a new appointment for myself, but aligned to work and experience that I've already done.
Wonderful. Okay, well, Shay, thank you. I know that you've been actively involved in our community. I've known you for some time, for full disclosure, and so I know that you have a lot of passion for this, so thank you. All right, so that completes the Steel Lake Management District Advisory Committee. So thank you to all the amazing applicants. I truly appreciate it. So next up, item C, Diversity Commission. And so first up is Carmen Gloria Kaler. All right, Carmen. So if you can just tell us about yourself and why you've applied, and then I'm going to give 5 minutes to my colleagues to ask questions. Thank you.
Good evening, council members. So my name is Carmen Kaler, and I have been in the community for 33 years. We bought our first home then, and very involved in the community as much as I can. I've worked in the public school system for over 20 years in the past, as a family advocate in the community as well, trying to help with the language barrier for the Latino community. So one of the things that I would like to bring to that commission would be my perspective as a Latino woman, and bring the voice of the Latino community as we work together to create different programs or projects or events in the community.
Thank you so much, Carmen. Any questions from the dais? Councilor Honda.
Thank you. Thank you for applying. What do you see, what would you like to add? Any programs or things that the Diversity Commission might do in the community?
So the first thing would be to envision some type of cultural event where we could have many cultures represented, and whether it's not just one event, but maybe even doing it monthly, that we could have so many of our cultures represented, maybe several of our cultures in 1 month, and then the other cultures in the other month, and have music, food, families coming together, and hopefully have the weather accompany all that. But if it was inside then or indoors, like at the Federal Way Community Center, where I actually currently teach Zumba, I'm a Zumba teacher there, it would be great to have it indoors as well. So, yeah. You're welcome.
Councilor Kochmar.
Carmen, thank you very much for applying. So you mentioned that you're part of the Hispanic community.
Yes.
Thank you. And I think it's really important. I think the Hispanic community is, in our community, in our city, represents approximately 18% of the population. And so thank you for volunteering to represent that population in our community. That's really important. We want to have our diversity commission represent all of the people in our community, and so thank you. What is it that you think that would be something that, I know that each area, each region, each population all have their favorite foods. For example, I had a Filipino friend who loved a particular dish that I thought was fabulous. But what is it that you think we could promote that the Hispanics would be indigenous or part of their culture?
Well, I think we have and most of the families here are from Mexico. We have several just immigrated recently from Central America and other areas, but I think for the Mexican culture, being together and really having to express their family events and feel welcome in the community is very important. And so I think just having an event that they can be, they can express themselves through music, through food, through just being there and being included and being celebrated, I think is very important. And so I'm imagining that it's the same for all cultures, and working together to do that and to bring something like that would be wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Hamilton.
Hi, Carmen. Thank you for applying. How do you view your role on the commission?
I'm a very good team player, and just working with everyone, especially coming as a new person in the commission. I will just be there listening and making sure that my voice is heard, but at the same time, just working together with the team and trying to figure it out what we can do best for the community.
Thank you. And then my next question may maybe be for staff. Do we currently have Latino representation on the Diversity Commission?
No, we don't. No, we don't. I have attended the meetings.
So,
A few.
to be clear, we did have someone who had to resign because he moved outside the city, and that happened last year.
Okay, so currently we do not, though?
Currently, we do not.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Any other questions? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Carmen. Appreciate it. All right. Next up, Ms. Ayanna Freeman.
All right. Good evening, council members. My name is Ayanna Freeman, and I have been a resident of Federal Way for over 25 years. During my time in Federal Way, I have attended Federal Way High School, graduated, and then went on to receive my education at Pacific Lutheran University. And during my time at both places of education, I really understood and recognized the value of diversity in both of those spaces, understanding the spaces that were available for different people of color, people of different identities to really express who they are in terms of their culture, in terms of their language, in terms of what they bring to the community, understanding that diversity is important, understanding that people come from all walks of life and they all have something to offer. And after graduating from Pacific Lutheran University, I've come back here. I currently am working in Federal Way. And as a result of me wanting to be a part of the Diversity Commission, I want to be sure that as the city of Federal Way grows, that the people are also taken care of, that they are given the opportunities to grow as well, to provide for their families, and to be able to express and celebrate the diversity that they have, and to have opportunities to share that with others.
Thank you so much, Ayanna. I appreciate it. Any questions, Councilmember Hamilton, and then Coach Mara?
I will ask the same question. How do you view your role on the commission?
This opportunity would allow me to express my desires and my opinions, coming from a background of being a young Black woman, and wanting to include the perspectives and opinions of those in Federal Way, those that may not have historically had a seat at the table or had an opportunity such as this. Essentially, I would like to use this opportunity to be a representative, to be able to meet with people in person, to see what their opinions are when it comes to what the city of Federal Way is currently doing well and what we can do to improve. I would like to know what your opinions are, to be able to work together to see if there's any programs or initiatives or ideas that we can have or come up with to improve just the lifestyles and the people who live here.
Thank you, and thank you for your role in the MLK celebration. I recognize you, and you do a fabulous job with that.
Thank you very much.
All right, Councilor Coachmar.
So, and thank you. I served with your father in the state legislature as well as on the council, and I know that Martin was his aide. So you had a very good upbringing, from both your parents, both your mom and dad.
Thank you.
So is your intention to stay in Federal Way?
Yes, that is my intention, to stay in Federal Way. I would say that my education and my experiences have taught me, have instilled a sense of wanting to help people find belonging, find community spaces that they can be comfortable in. And I do intend to bring all of my experiences and what I've learned to the city of Federal Way.
I'm actually more interested in what you might bring in the way of youth activities in the diverse community, and any ideas in that regard?
Yes, I do. So one of them, as a result of being a student at Federal Way High School, I was involved in Black Student Union, but I also was a part of organizing our end of the year celebrations, where we invited people from different clubs, different cultures to dance, to sing, to perform, to bring food, to just bring light to the cultures that they come from. So it would be my intention to reach out to the schools that we have here in Federal Way to see how our young people are impacted, that the decisions the city council has made, and to see how else they might be able to contribute, for example, in our community festivals. So that would be my intention. I look forward to doing that, and that is something that I would like to bring here to this space. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayana. Any other questions? Councilor Salvadorson, just checking in on you.
Yes, I just want to say thank you for your part in MLK celebration, and you've been there a couple of times, so I really want to say thank you. And I also want to say it's because of your dad's influence and encouragement that I'm on the city council, and I'm glad that you are planning to join the Diversity Commission because, one, we need young voice, and secondly, I feel like the legacy continues, and I look forward to you being on the commission, and also look forward to your future, bright future in leadership. So thank you for being here. And one of the things that Councilmember Coachmar asked about you staying in Federal Way, that's a question that I always like to ask young people. What would bring them back to Federal Way, or why, or why would they leave Federal Way? So maybe I'll ask you that. Why did you choose to come or stay in Federal Way?
Thank you for your question. I would say that the city of Federal Way, I've seen grow throughout the years. I do think that the city has a bright future in terms of just making people or drawing people here with the farmers markets that we have and our community festivals, all the things that we have to offer in terms of just raising families and our educational opportunities as well. And I just see a lot of potential for this city. I see a lot of potential growth. I see a lot of good ideas in the making. I see a lot of initiatives and programs that can be developed if we all decide to work together and value diversity as much as I've seen it be important to other cities in Washington State.
Thank you for being interested in being a part of this legacy of your dad's, and thank you for wanting to serve. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Salvadorson. Councilor Sessoms.
I knew your father, and I knew how great of a leader he was, and I could see why you are here in front of us. you feel like you can contribute to the Diversity Commission. I look forward to working with you. My question would be, knowing that you're a proud alum of the Federal Way High School Eagles, what would you do to bring even more young people into Federal Way's activities, especially centered on diversity?
Thank you for your question. Let's see. So my plan would be to, with the school's permission, meet with the administration for the different clubs that are there. The ones that I can think of that come to mind the most are, again, Black Student Union, but also the Pacific Islander Club, the Latino, Latina, Latinx, I think it's called club or union. So essentially my plan would be to reach out to their mentors and the administration to set up a meeting with them and just get their opinions on what they think of Federal Way, invite them to the city council meetings. I think it's really important that young people know of the opportunities that are available to them. Understanding once being a high school student, it's very much about schoolwork, clubs, jobs, obligations, all the things that come with being a teenager or a child who's soon to be an adult. So with that in mind, it would be my intention to be able to speak with them and relate to them, to let them know, hey, this opportunity is here for you. This is for you. We want to hear from you. We value your opinions and your perspectives, and really just let them know what we're doing and to see how we as adults can improve and create a future that they would want to be a part of.
Ayana, thank you so much. It looks like we don't have any further questions, but I want to say thank you for applying. I know that you have a passion and a heart for service and for helping people. I know that you've been a poised leader, and you have a lot of gifts and talents to bring. So thank you for making the effort to apply. Really grateful for that. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yes, all right. Next up, Ms. Donna. Donna, you're next. And take your time. Yep, that's good.
Okay, is this working?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Councilman Salvatore, can you hear?
Yes, I can.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Okay, so I've been here before, most of you know me, but background, I worked at Boeing for 38 years, and then I moved on to the Washington State Fair and worked there as a director of parking and transportation. And then I decided I wanted to step back from that and get involved with the community. So I'm on the Human Services Committee as well as the Diversity Committee. For fun, my husband and I own a paranormal investigation group, and so that keeps us busy with that, and it's fun. I don't know what else to say. That's about it. I have a master's in business administration.
Great. Wonderful, Donna. A wonderful background you have, so thank you. So I'm going to give it up to my colleagues here. I see Councilmember Coachmar, you have a question?
Hi, Donna. You know, I love it when people talk about different interests, hobbies that they have, because it just tells me you have a very inquiring mind.
I do.
And so do I, but not paranormal-wise. But thank you. But it's always interesting to bring in different perspectives, because that's what makes us such a rich tapestry of people. So what is it that you think, because with the Diversity Commission, you know, it's not just your background is the fact that you are representing the disabled community, and I have a disabled granddaughter and know how difficult it is. She has actually more than disabled. She's has cerebral palsy, so it's hard for her to even use her hands. So, in fact, we're having a birthday for her this week. She doesn't like clothes. I mean, 22-year-old doesn't like clothes. Not interested in anything. Loves to think about cooking, but can't because she can't use her hands.
Right.
But she thinks about it a lot. And the one thing she really likes most of all is just to get her family together and have a big birthday party at a restaurant. which, by the way, is a little bit expensive, but I figure it's worth it. But, so what is it, thinking about different people with different needs and different ideas, different desires, is there anything that you think we need to fill in this community for the disabled folks?
Well, I think our committee, the diversity and the human services, has really stepped up. And, I've brought to light maybe a few things that have been frustrating for me. But we've got auditable books now and policies and procedures, working on that for people that have hearing challenges, maybe. There have been some changes like sidewalks added where they weren't before, and it's very difficult to get around in a wheelchair or scooter if there's no sidewalks. So, I mean, just little things that maybe people aren't thinking about, that come to light for me. So.
One of the things we'd like to do, and I know that Councilmember Honda and Councilmember Cephas-Dawson would join with me on this, is that we'd like to have an inclusive playground so that the children, so that you, in your position, would be able to maneuver around the playground to help your grandchildren to get on different swings, just for you as well as them. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that might be something y'all might kind of consider getting and be a part of.
I would love to do that, yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Kosmar. Councilmember Hamilton.
Same question. How do you view your role on the commission?
Well, so like I explained, I think I can see things differently maybe than others might. You're not really thinking about it, and it's just a way of life for me, so it's always on my mind. Just little tweaks that could be made to make things a little easier, even having somebody sign at an event. We talked about that because people don't think about it. It's not my issue, but I know people that do struggle with that. So, just little things that come up.
So bringing your perspective is what you would probably say. Okay, thank you.
Councilmember Sessoms?
Yeah, thank you very much for your testimony and your application to this commission. What expectations would you have for the city council as a whole to promote diversity, and especially in the context of the diversity commission?
I think just maybe being supportive of what we might be bringing to the council. For instance, we're trying to get together a coordinated group with all the different commissioners in the city. And I think we'll maybe be bringing you guys a proposal to do that. So just to be supportive of some of our thoughts and ideas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great, okay. Seeing no further questions, Councilmember Cephas-Dawson, just checking in on you.
No question, but I also want to echo what everybody else said, and thank you for wanting to join the commission. And also, I think having you there also gives us a different perspective around disability and the need for more robust type of activities and or services for people with disability. So having you engaged in the commission is very helpful, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Donna, thank you so much for applying. Ron Walker, if you can join us up at the podium.
Council members, my name is Ron Walker. I'm currently the chair of the Diversity Commission. I'm also the vice president of the public market. I've lived in Federal Way for 40 years now. And for me, Federal Way has always been a great dream of mine to see just how great our city could be. I call our city a microcosmic city because we have a little bit of everything here. And I have always held to the fact that whatever problems or whatever wonderful things we are able to accomplish here in this city, we have pretty much come to the conclusion of solving those problems nationally. Because we have every little problem and we have every little opportunity and every great thing in this 100,000 person city. So wanted to be on the commission for the longest time simply because I like our city. I really love our city. I think it's the greatest city around. And for me, just to be able to serve and work and be a part of it, I'm happy to do every single thing I do.
Ron, thank you so much. I see Councilor Honda, Sessoms, and Hamilton. Yeah, thank you so much. Go for it.
Thank you. So I was very excited when you rejoined the commission. We served together on the Diversity Commission many years ago. Is there, besides bringing the book program back, and is there anything else you'd like to do on the commission? Any other ideas you have?
Personal ideas or
What do you want the commission to do besides what they're doing?
one of the things I think would be great for our commission is there are so many different communities, but unless there's some level of drawing out those communities, sometimes those communities stay sort of hidden, or we don't really know where they exist and how they exist. And so, one of the advantages that we have of doing the MLK celebration and also doing the community festival is that we can actually draw people out, draw communities out to come and participate. And we get to find out who the leaders are and who the people are who are moving in those communities. So I see one of the opportunity that we have as a commission is to be a sort of a clearinghouse of helping develop voices in those communities, because we have opportunities for those voices to come forward, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Same question. How do you, actually, I have comments too after you answer, but how do you view your role on the commission?
My role on the commission is, for the most part, is helping us move forward. I think that when you have so many divergent ideas and concepts, it's very, you have to have a way to navigate all of those and pull it all together. And so that's pretty much probably part of my gifting, is moving us forward. But I think also being able to make sure that no ideas or no concepts get drowned out and that they don't come forward.
Thank you. And I also just want to say thank you for your service as the chair. Your leadership in this community is felt far and wide. I want you to know that. And I view you as one of those people who is a leader of leaders, which is a rare individual. So thank you very much for your service.
Thank you.
Councilor Sessoms.
Thank you for your leadership. I've got to say that first and foremost. I had a chance to attend the Federal Way Martin Luther King celebration. I was one of 3 events that I attended that weekend, and by far,
That's right.
by far, our celebration was
Our
the best.
celebration is the best, I can just tell you.
Yeah,
That's not boasting, that's the truth.
it is the truth, and I bear witness to that. I ask you the same question I asked Donna earlier. What expectations would you have for the city council as a whole to promote diversity and further the mission of the commission?
Well, I think I mentioned this a little while ago. We are a co-mission, meaning you all have a mission, and we are co-missioning with you to get it done. And so for us to bring something to the table, it is nice to have listening ears. It is nice to have support, because without that, really, we're here to serve you. So if an idea or concept comes up and we bring it forward, it's been discussed at length in the commission. So hopefully when we bring it to you, it's well-baked. And so I think that we have the opportunities to take these however many languages, it keeps bouncing around. Sometimes it's 80, sometimes it's 120. Who knows how many languages really are spoken in our city. But this is a tremendous opportunity to really be a shining beacon, really to all the whole region. There's a way that's called the good way. Then there's also the better way. And then there's the federal way. And that's what we're going to have. There's going to be the federal way. Yes.
Councilor Salvadorson, do you have any questions?
No, I love the federal way. concept. Thank you so much. But I also want to say thank you for leading the MLK celebration. By far, this was my favorite. And also, I always enjoy our interaction when I run into you. You're so passionate about what you do. You're passionate about our city and about how to make it better, and how prepared you are when you are ready to have, to address any issues or any concerns or any visions that you have. I just appreciate your, and what you do, not only when you were on the commission, but even when you were off the commission. That passion still continued with you. So thank you, and I look forward to your continued service on the commission. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Safa-Dawson. Ron, thank you so much for interviewing with us. I appreciate it. And more importantly, thank you for your service and passion for this great city. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now comes the part where we will go over what the desires are, and then we will take official vote at the public city council meeting held in just a matter of minutes. So with that, for the lodging tax and advisory, and Heather, I may need your guidance. This is my first time kind of running this portion of the meeting.
They were appointed earlier. This was just a meet and greet.
That was, okay. Got it. Thank you, Councilor Honda. I appreciate that. Okay, so now moving to the Steel Lake Management District Advisory Commission. We have, if I understand it correctly, one vacant spot. Is that correct, Heather?
There are actually 4 positions that need to be appointed because they all expired on December 31st.
Okay, so so they expired the 31st of this year with position 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we've had, what is the council's desire?
May I interrupt for just a minute? I'm over here. Margaret Rayner, Steel Lake.
I know what you're going to say.
You know what I'm going to say? I've been on the committee for 23 years. I've been waiting for somebody like Mr. Eakes to come along and Mr. Stark, and I would like to withdraw my request to be on the commission or on the management district. Is that possible to do that?
Heather, and then I see Councilmember Coachmore has her light on. Heather, is that possible for people to withdraw? I imagine it is.
Or just take my wishes into consideration when you're voting for the management district. I'm still planning on being involved and coming to all the meetings, but I think it's time that we get more,
Right.
a wider variety of people, rather than just me being on it all the time. So,
Thank you, Margaret. So I'm being told by Heather that it is allowable for you to withdraw if that is what your desire is. But I
yes,
also
because I really appreciate Mr. Stark coming to all of the meetings every time without having a vote, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that position. So,
Okay.
Thank
Margaret,
you.
Thank you. Councilor Coachmore, did you have a comment?
I bet that Susan and I are going to say the very same thing, which is,
Do you want to say it together at the same time?
I don't know. What are we going to say?
No,
we're
let's
going to
say it
say,
Thank you.
put them all on,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
right?
Ooh, looks like not.
On this one, I don't know that we can put them all on, because isn't this,
So
But-
there's 4 positions.
But you can still go. We can just appoint.
on this one, can we have more than one? Oh,
I believe
where's our city
resolution
attorney at?
23-848, 4 members representing single-family and vacant properties.
But that's
it
okay.
looks like
The other
there's
two
somebody
can
else.
still be
you
encouraged
can,
to
you can
go.
only have 4 of us that are appointed to the Lake Management District,
Right.
but it's open for everybody to come, and so those that you do not select, we are more than welcome to come and put in our 2 cents worth.
Sure, and that's always the case with all of our
I
committees.
think
They're always
this-
open.
This commission is a little bit different than our other commissions.
It's okay. Go ahead, Susan.
Because I know we've discussed this before, of
Yeah.
putting on more alternates, and we were told we couldn't.
And that's okay, but we can still just appoint 4 and have 2 encouraged to come, as Ken Stark did for 18 months.
Right.
So if Ken wants to be the voting member and Margaret wants to come, as Ken had
I
done.
need to keep putting in my 2 cents worth, so thank you.
And I would really like to encourage Jerry to come.
Who?
He left. Wait a minute, excuse me.
Jeremy and Bruce and I and Melissa and I have been on the LMD. Gary and
Yeah,
Ken
I'm
and
saying
Sean.
Jerry, but I mean Gary, yeah.
Gary.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
No, Gary's still here. Ken left.
Thank you, Margaret.
So this is what I would recommend.
Okay, I know that Councilmember Hamilton's been waiting patiently as well.
Go ahead.
I was just going to mention that I would recommend reappointing Bruce Myers, Jeremy Benson, I was going to say Margaret, but she graciously has declined, and definitely Ken Stark, because he has been attending for the last 18 months as just a community member, and I think that that is worthy of consideration. And Shea, did I say that
Shay?
correctly?
Shay.
Shay is recommended by
Petition
Margaret,
for
and
number 4?
Yeah, so I would recommend those four.
Okay, so we have that on the floor. And I don't want to say on the floor, but that's what's been suggested. Councilmember Honda?
I wouldn't disagree with that,
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so there's consensus on that.
but we can't vote at this meeting.
No, and that's what I'm saying. There's consensus, we cannot vote. So it looks like right now we have Jeremy Benson for number 1, Bruce Myers for number 2, Ken Stark for number 3, and Shay for number 4. So with that, we're going to move forward to the Diversity Commission. So we have Heather, if you can just help me out again, vacant positions.
So we have 2 current vacant positions, position number 6 and position number 9. Position number 6 expires in 2028, so the term would begin upon appointment and expire on May 31st of 28. Position number 9, the term would begin upon appointment and would fill a both short-term and full-term position and expire on May 31st, 29.
Okay, and now, Heather, for the point of information, alternates can be named as voting members too, correct? That can be put on for discussion, correct?
Yes, they could be appointed in the regular meeting,
Okay.
as determined by council.
Exactly. Okay. So Councilmember Hamilton?
So it's my understanding we have 2 voting positions open, okay? And so if we have 4 people who applied, then I would say we just put them all on, correct?
There's 2 voting positions,
Right, I would recommend.
and then there's one alternate.
Sorry, for clarification, there are 2 that are open currently, and then 2 other terms that would begin on June 1st. The reason for bringing it before council today was so that we didn't have to come back to council another couple months. So 4 total voting positions, and then potentially 2 alternate positions, depending what you decide with the current alternate position today.
I would agree with Councilmember Hamilton, Carmen, and Ayana. I hope I didn't mispronounce your name, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's
I
important
agree.
to have the Latino representation.
I agree.
Councilmember Sessoms, or Councilmember Sefadowson, you're here as well. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead with Les Sessoms. I do have a question, but go ahead.
So to clarify, I'm just stating,
What your desire would be to see in the commission, Diversity
Okay.
Commission?
uh,
Yeah.
Ms. Freeman and Mr. Walker.
So let's clarify again. I apologize. So we have 2 vacant positions. And we would need to fill those 2 vacant seats up.
And reappoint.
And there's obviously the reappointments. We would be reappointing Donna and Ron Walker. So really, if your desire is to reappoint Don and Ron, that's that. Yes. So there could be, we're looking for 2 new,
Okay.
what's your desires, pretty much?
Ms. Freeman and Ms. Kaler for the new positions in June.
Okay. So this is kind of interesting because what I would like to Councilmember Salva-Dawson, do you have
Yeah, so-
thoughts?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that we're not I think that clarification helps me. So I do want Ron Walker to
Yeah.
stay on. So is that what I'm hearing?
There's consensus on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Donna too, yeah. So thank you. All right.
Okay.
We can move on.
I think the only thing I would like to put on the table for discussion is there has been a desire for an alternate to go into a voting position. And it's Ms. Allison Fine. And she does not have to go through the process because she's already on the commission, which is why I asked the question of Heather, that it is possible that we can just put her in the voting position. So that would be something I would like to have. So to be specific, as I'm thinking right now, my proposal would be to add Ayanna Freeman as a voting member. I would like to add Allison Fine as a voting member. And then, obviously, Ron would be the appointment as well. And we have an alternate position we can fill in, correct? Is that correct? And I would consider Carmen for the alternate position.
I have a question to ask.
I have a question, Martin. Oh,
Go ahead, Lydia.
Councilor
So
Salva-Dawson?
Allison, I think in the past what we've had is that when people are interested in a voting position, we don't move them up. They have to come and present their case. So I don't know why.
My
She's not
understanding.
here, and I don't know why.
No, she is in the audience.
she
And
is,
my
okay.
understanding is that.
Did she apply?
Councilor Salva-Dawson, my understanding is that they don't have to be
Apply?
interviewed and reapply, is my understanding. Is that correct, Heather?
That's correct, per the council
Okay.
rules of order.
Now, I will have
Okay.
Allison
thank
come to the
Well,
podium.
I have a question.
Yes, before Allison starts, I'm going to give it to
Thank you.
Councilor Honda.
Heather, you said that we had four applicants, we have four applications, and my understanding is that Allison did not fill out an application for either the alternate position or the voting position?
That's correct. In the packet, I provided the application that she submitted last May, and because it's within the 12-month period, per the council rules of order, it's possible for the council to discuss and consider her for her appointment for a voting position.
But without an application, knowing if she wanted to remain as an alternate, because some folks do, or as a voting member, I'm concerned about that, because I can see not doing an interview, because we did just interview her last May, but we didn't get an application.
Can I speak?
So my understanding is you do not have to do an application if you want to.
An interview.
If you want to get a voting position and you're already on the commission. Is that correct, Brian? Yes. Okay. So that would be my information I would add to the table, is that you don't need to do an application if you want to move up to a voting position or be a part of the interview. To my colleagues, are you okay if you want to hear a few words from Allison? Are you okay with that, or?
I mean, I always want to hear from people.
Sure.
But I do have some questions before that.
Wait, I would like to bring some clarity to this situation
Well, okay.
from an administrative point of view.
My
if I can
question
be
is
heard.
administrative.
It is, so let me give the floor to Councilor Hamilton, and then we'll take it one step at a time, okay?
Sure.
So, go ahead.
Okay. So I wasn't aware that Allison was on here, but since we brought it up, is it a normal part of the process to not receive a current application? I understand the interview part of it is not, but to not receive a current application, because the application I have in front of me is from 17 months ago.
Heather, is that, or Ryan, maybe I'll defer to that.
I can only speak from personal recollection, but we have had, generally, we don't ask for another application. So it is kind of counterintuitive to waive the interview and then expect an application. In the past, it's been, I can't name specific instances, but we have done that in the past.
Okay. I just wanted clarification that the application from the 17 months ago was.
The rules don't actually talk about an application at all. So however the city finds out about an interest, I think, is however the city finds out. Usually it's through an application, but in a case where someone's already interviewed, in this case they're standing at the podium, I think we can probably figure out that she wants the job.
Okay.
Thank you for the clarification, Ryan. Ryan?
Okay, so I do want to give the floor to Allison for just a few minutes.
Hi, so, thank you, Council President Moore. So from a very clear standpoint, I think this might be an opportunity for our city clerk to inform the council that I have asked her at least 2 times for an interview. Because we had had some clarity issues about whether I needed to fill out a new application, which I was willing to, and also that I asked twice to be interviewed in this position and was told that I didn't need to. So I came early in case there was some sort of confusion. It's also been recommended multiple times, including from Evan Cook, who was our last member, Diversity Commission member who resigned, who said to the council at the time, I realize you were not on it, my position should be going to Allison as a voting member because I have been on this commission for so long and I am such an active member of the commission. That being said, I do think it would be an opportunity for the city clerk to clarify that I have multiple times emailed her and said, in fact, just I think last week, and said, I think last week, and said, what's my interview time at the meeting on Tuesday? So that's why I wanted to clarify that administratively. I absolutely have asked for an interview. I said to Ms. Dunlao specifically, this is a new council. I don't want to presume that anybody who knows me wouldn't have questions still for my position on the council. I have absolutely been open to doing an interview, doing a new application, whatever you needed. I was willing to do it. In fact, I asked to do it. So I just want to be clear, I am no way trying to get around anything or avoid anything. In fact, I asked the city clerk multiple times to offer me an interview. I was told I didn't need to.
Right, and that is what the rules are, that we don't have to be interviewed. But
So it sounds like there was administrative errors here.
Well, so it's, per rules, it sounds like you don't need to be interviewed to be moving up to a voting position. If
Sure.
that's the desire of the council, and that's according to our council rules, so.
So, Council President?
Yes.
There's been no administrative errors. You can vote, council can appoint her if they would like to or not. It's up to.
I just want clarity.
And so,
Okay.
we're almost out of time.
Yeah.
If we could have Ms. Fine step away from the podium and stuff. Council needs to deliberate that. We have 3 minutes and then we have another meeting.
Right. Okay, so Allison, thank you.
Sure, no problem.
So that would be my proposal, is what I would like to see, someone who's been serving an alternate to move to a voting position. So, yes. Any,
Do you want to go around and ask everybody again? Because we've already told you what we wanted. So,
okay. So, Councilor Honda, let's start with you.
Thank you. I would remain with the recommendation that had been made before.
Okay. Councilor Hamilton?
Sorry, for the record, Councilmember Honda, that was Carmen Gloria Kaler for position 6, Ron for position 7, Donna for position 8, and Ayana for position 9. Is that
Right.
correct?
Councilmember Hamilton?
I think I will stick with the recommendation that I had originally made with Carmen and Ayana as new and Donna and Ron as reappointing.
Okay, thank you. And Councilor Sessoms?
I would like to change what I said.
Sorry, can you turn on your mic, Councilmember?
I would like to change what I said earlier and replace Ms. Kaler with Allison Fine, and then go with Ayana Freeman for the new,
And then Donna, and then,
Mr. Walker
And Ron.
for
okay.
the other two.
Thank you, Councilor Coachmar.
I already said Ron Walker, Donna Arnold for the appointments, Carmen for the voting, and Ayana, Ms.
Ayana.
Freeman for the voting position.
All right. So Councilor Coachmar, I heard you say Ron, Don, Carmen, and Ayana, correct? Yes. Okay, thank you. And Councilmember Salva Dotson?
I think I'm with Susan and Councilmember Kochmar. If I'm not mistaken, I think they said the same
Okay.
thing, and I support that.
All right, and I will stick with the same. So we will take it to the city council meeting. So with that, if I'm not missing anything, the lodging tax and advisory, I think that has already been completed. And with that, it's 6:30 PM, so we will go ahead and end the first
Let me say this.
portion.
I did not appreciate what you just tried to do. I did not appreciate it. I don't appreciate the fact that poor Allison got put in that position,
These-
and that's my opinion.
Okay.
Leave it at that.
So we need to start our regular city council
We
meetings.
do.
We're going to do that.
And please do
So
not
this-
try to redirect what people are trying to say.
I'm not, I am simply
Thank you,
trying
and
to repeat.
Allison,
All
thank
right.
you very much for your hard work.
The meeting is now ended. Thank you.